I think where they'd like to lead us in the future is just to make up our own fantasies and to be fed by algorithms, which are like some kind of demons or something, and they're like, would you like this? Maybe you'd like this. And then they'll feed on your fear by giving you alarming videos to watch that are made for you specifically by AI to feed into all your worst, darkest fears. And then they'll feed off of that energy, and then they'll give you really cool mental masturbation fantasies. I think that's the point of AI. I think that's like, what does AI do best? It tells you what you want to hear, but it needs, and what it wants in return is to harvest the energy of your fear, and it's all, and you don't own any of it. It all belongs to BlackRock, Vanguard, Blackstone, whatever. That's what I think that they would like. I think that's the future they would like. And then whenever the elites want some kind of new thing, then they'll just sacrifice a bunch of people, and they want you to live in a life pod, which will also be your death pod. It's what you live in your whole life in like a cubicle, and then when you die, they'll just sacrifice it to Baal or one of the Baal family or whatever, and Balls, the Waldens, whatever, same. And I think that's what they'd like to happen. They want you to just hate real life. They want to take away trees and give you algae tanks. They're gonna make smart cities, prison cities for you to live in with no windows, so you can't jump out of the windows like the Chinese factories. And like China wants China to win, so they use their social credit system to the China number one. There's a big thing in China. Did you ever see all the Chinese restaurants in America called number one this, number one that, number one palace, golden Chinese palace, number one Chinese? They want to be number one. So their social media is programming them to stand on the top of the heap of people, while like the UK and America's social credit system is not about us being number one. It's about us being wiped off the face of the earth and humiliated. Maybe you're a man. You should probably be a woman. You should be your own girlfriend. You're a child. Here's a litter box. You could be, maybe you want to be a pet. Maybe you want to be an animal. Maybe you want to be a pet to an unspeakable child abuser. Maybe it's just about, hey, you thought this was your neighborhood? We're just going to bring a bunch of people in that will kill you and rape and molest everything. And we're going to make sure that their numbers are more than your numbers, because we know how many people live here. So we're just going to bring invaders in, and you guys can fight it out. Divide and conquer at all levels. A series of small-scale conflicts at all times. At all levels. That's what's on the authorship for a New World Order website. I saw it years ago, like probably before even 2004, on the earlier days of the internet. And one of the authors of that was Dick Cheney, and he literally doesn't have a heart. He has a thing that pumps blood, probably the blood of children. And that's the big plan. What's the big plan? To get everybody watching TV that gives you your own fantasies and feeds off of your fears. That's what I think. That's what they'd like to do. And everything's a sacrifice to Satan, straight down into hell, because misery loves company, and there's a bunch of people that are down here on earth, and they know that they're going to hell, and the demons are telling them how to behave and what they should do. And since the demons and the people that are listening to the whispers of demons openly and knowingly know that they're both going to hell, we're like, let's get everybody to go to hell. Come on, that's really the only strategy. It's get as many people. What's the strategy of evil? Divide and conquer. Why? To get as many people as possible sent to hell. So pray to God against it, and pray for the destruction. Name a corporation you don't like. Pray for its. You don't like Monsanto. Pray for God to destroy it. Pray for God to settle BlackRock, Blackstone, Vanguard. Pray for. You don't like Palantir. You don't like Walden Mart. You don't like all these. Go for it. I'm sure that you don't like Halliburton, whatever you don't like. Pray to God. Please, Lord, destroy these evil corporations. Save those souls who could be saved, but make the evildoers pray for the ruination of the ritual sacrifice, so that every time they do some kind of ritual sacrifice, blood sacrifice of killing and murdering people ritualistically, that it burns the people who want the evil things, so that it's completely ineffective. Cut them off, Lord. Stop make it so that their rituals don't work anymore. Make it so that they can't retaliate and do mutually assured destruction. Pray to God. It's in Luke 18. It's the tenacious widow. She keeps bringing her case before the judge. And pretty much what it's saying is, God is, forgive me, Lord, if I'm getting it wrong, but what God is saying, just keep bugging me about it, and I'll settle it, just if not to shut you up. So I'm just saying you should start praying for the destruction of these evil global corporations and evildoers. Not to hurt people, but just to trample the head of the Hydra, to kill the Hydra and trample its eggs and all these things. And please, Lord, snuff out the phoenix and turn it to naught, so that not even its dust remains, so there's nothing to rise. You're limited only by your own creativity and prayers. And love. Always, of course. Do it with love. Do it lovingly. But you look at the evils that are being done to the world. There is righteous anger before God. Look at the Psalter in the Bible of how Prophet King David prayed. A lot of the Psalters attributed to him. Open the pit, Lord. Send them down alive into hell. That's in the Psalter. Just saying. So I don't want you to get into trouble. I don't want you to go to hell. But I do want you to pray to God for destruction of evil, greedy corporations, and, to break them up. And that, whatever BlackRock has, it has to be given back to the people and all that stuff. And Disney has to go. They got to go. It's a monopoly. Disney's a monopoly in entertainment, and entertainment is programming. It's how to program people. And you know how much Disney sucks. Disney sucks so bad they had to buy Hulu and all these other things just so they could put out their Disney propaganda that people didn't watch on Disney Plus. So anyway, you don't need movies and TV, AI music. It's all, they just want to ruin everything. Don't make anything. Don't do anything. Just ask a demon to do it for you. That's what AI is. Oops, AI. AI made another oopsie. Now you guys got to do whatever we say. So to prove that you're a human and not an AI. And then people are like, we're scared. We should just go along with whatever they say. No. You pray to God. Pray for their destruction. That's the strategy. I don't want to lose that point. The strategy is, they just want as many people sent to hell as possible. So they want to just trash the earth, and probably in some weird way, because they're evil, so they get it over with. When's the Lord going to come back? They just want to get on with the battle of Gog Magog. And who are Gog and Magog? I don't know. They're probably giants, or probably dead Nephilim spirits. I don't know. But the point is, divide and conquer is the strategy, and their ends are just to get as many people as sent to hell with them as possible. So don't let them do it. Pray for people. Pray that we will go to heaven, and that whatever the devil has, we just don't want him to have it. That's what you pray for. Say, please, Lord, save whoever can be saved. I pray this with love, but this evil must be stopped and thwarted. And get people to not want to be online so much, so that they can't be programmed. Because it seems like it's one of the good things I've heard recently about the Zoomers is that a lot of them are opting out of social media, and they just need a break from it because they're overstimulated and they're tired of being terrified by their phone and what's online. And when they turn it off, they feel better. And I think that's a good thing. It's the same thing that we learned from NoFap, where people had facts. What does FAP even mean? Fast access to private pleasures or whatever. What does it mean? But they were like, there's too much games, too much dirty, adult sex acts, and they don't want to see these things anymore. And they've seen too much, so they walk away from it. Now it's just social media. The Zoomers are getting sick of social media, and they just want to go touch some grass. All right. And that's a good thing. And pray for people to pair up and find partners and mates, because probably part of Agenda 2030 is that they know that God will be back by then, so they want to trash as much shit as possible before 2030, and then God's going to rain down fire on the earth, or whatever you want to believe. I don't know, but I do know that the strategy is divide and conquer, and the ends is to get as many people sent to hell as possible. So don't you let them. We're supposed to be praying against this. We have access to the most advanced technology that's ever going to be made available to mankind, and that is a direct line to the creator and maker of all things. Be consistent and persistent in prayers, and you shouldn't let a prayer session, your time apart with God, you shouldn't let a single prayer session go by without praying for the destruction of BlackRock, Blackstone, Vanguard. Just one example, or Palantir, or whatever you believe. I mean, come on, Peter Thiel, his name is an anagram for the reptile. I think all the letters, you can use all the letters to make the reptile. All right, and the guy's doing a 4-part series on the Antichrist. What's that about? Come on. Oh, that's a good thing. No, I think he's trying to, maybe he's not so bad. You don't need to know what that is. You just need to pray to God that the evildoers would be thwarted and stopped. There is enough for everybody. And they just want us to fight with each other. So you pray to God that we would stop fighting each other and get together against them. All right? Because there's more people on the world who have good in them by God that don't know what they're being co-opted into. Than there are this small percentage of people who knowingly and willfully are doing evil and due to blood drinking and all this stuff. That's a small percentage of people. Sure, they got a lot of demons working with them and for them, and there's demons all over the place, and everything's demons and demons and everything's demons. It doesn't matter. We're supposed to use the authority and power of our word, made in the image and likeness of our Creator, and say, please, Lord, stop this stuff. And look at the Psalter if you're not sure how to pray about things. There's a lot of good prayer guidance in the Psalter with things that were prayed for. And like, we can pray like that to God, that the evil would be stopped. Look at the horrible things they're doing to us. It's unacceptable. Pray to God. Pray to God. Amen to that.